I'm going to take this to the grave, but I think tight end is the second hardest position on offense to play, bro. Because we have to know all the routes. We have to know pass protection, run blocking, like all the technicalities of run and pass.
Okay. So,
and then we have to know where the running back's going, where the linemen are going, where the receivers are. Like,
yeah, intellectually, I think tight end is
second hardest. I'll give you guys third hardest for the offense.
Offensive line is not. If you're
I'm going offensive line first. QB second.
QB is hard. Bro.
Tight end third.
QB is
receivers running backs. They just run around. They just give.
I think his position outside receiver is the easiest on offense.
Oh yeah, by far. You just run.
Sure. But
he's just a quarterback. He just runs.
I'm not gonna lie. Quarterback is harder than the
yeah.
O-line.
All
right. Hold on.
You said O-line is harder than quarterback?
Yes.
No, it's not.
There is more to receiver than just running, bro. Okay. I don't want to hear shit because I know. Let me calm down. For sure, I feel like receiver is one of the more. It's easier to pick up on, but it's harder to master.
Okay.
It's like skiing versus snowboarding. Like when you're skiing, like it's easy to pick up, but like it's hard to master. You feel me? But snowboarding is like it's hard all around. But like I've heard from people that skiing, like everyone can ski like within the first day, but nobody can like ski good. Like you feel me within the time.
But receivers too easier. Sorry. Damn.
I don't think O-line is harder than quarterback. Tell me why you think O-line is harder than quarterback.
So we have to start with technique. First of all, technique is the most hardest thing. Like our technique is so detailed. This is why This is why Coach
we
B,
have the same exact technique.
This is why Coach B is such an amazing coach because he focuses on the smallest things. Right. I'm talking about foot placement, hand placement, where your body is, where your balance is, like how explosive you are. Like imagine you're going up against someone who's in the better stance than you, who's probably way less heavier than you, who's probably way more athletic than you. You have them running full speed at you whilst you're in a static stance. You have to get out whilst moving backwards, whilst they're running at you at full pace and trying to win the leverage battle. Think about that. Then you have pass protection. Then you have run blocking. You have to think about where the running back is. You have to think about where the QB is. All the QB is doing is making his reads, right? Making his reads, trying not to get hit.
Okay, he has to make his reads. He also has to set up y'all's protection.
He said
let me say
protection.
Let me say this. QB is harder intellectually.
No.
Yes,
I'll give the O-line being the hardest physically on the field. Because I agree with you. Is how I look at it is like on defense, corner is one of the hardest positions.
Physically.
Physically.
Yes.
But listen. And the receiver is not as difficult. Just like O-line, I feel like receiver and corner is like O-line and D-line. The receiver being the D-line in this situation. So I feel like O-line physically is definitely harder. Just like corner like is physically
more
harder.
physically challenging.
I get that. This is why I say the two hardest positions in football is corner first, then offensive lineman, because they're basically the same thing.
Yeah,
you are reacting to someone in a static stance,
but also
whilst moving backwards, whilst you have to be technically sound, whilst you have to do your assignment and do your job.
Mentally, it's probably the middle linebacker.
Listen. On defense, middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. Like they get everyone
intellectually. They have to know everyone's job.
All because you're the quarterback don't mean you have the toughest job in the field. Like, let's be real.
Intellectually.
And they have to be so like pinpoint accurate. Yeah. Like they can't mess up.
We can't think about us, right?
Y'all can't mess up as much.
We will have to be a group, right? If one of us messes up, we all mess up. If one of us give up a sack, that's all of us basically giving up a sack. Like our position is so hard. Like QB's on a QB. Like if you find a great QB, he's a great QB. If you find a great offensive lineman or great offensive line group, every single person on the offensive line has to be good.
I don't know.
We can't celebrate.
Listen,
we don't get as much clout as everyone.
Quarterback, the ball is in the quarterback's hands every snap. Every play, the quarterback has the ball. Like,
wait, who has the ball beforehand? Who's snapping the ball, by the way?
The center. Yeah. But they're not like throwing the ball. They're not reading defenses.
They are reading the defense.
I feel like a quarterback's mistakes are more detrimental than a O-line's mistakes.
No, but if you don't have a good O-line, you won't have a good football team. good
That's very
offense in
true.
general.
Just the same way that if you don't have a good quarterback, you won't have a good football team.
But however, if you have an amazing running back and a bad quarterback, but an amazing offensive line, you have a chance.
You can't. But then they're just gonna load the box.
They load the box. A QB, a basic QB should be easy to be able to make a simple throw to the flat.
Just okay.
Anyways,
Okay. So if I had a basic O line and incredible skill positions, do you think that we would be able to win?
No, because you need time to.
Even with a basic O line,
You need time to throw the ball.
not a bad O line, just a basic O line. Just like we don't have a bad QB, just a basic QB.
No, but you have to remember a basic offensive line can create mistakes at the wrong moments. Think about it. It could be third and one.
A QB could create mistakes at the bad moments.
I think of it like,
but it's so hard. Like,
I think of it like, listen,
They wait a second too late, throw the ball, pick. Other way.
I think about it like O-line messes up on a run play, 2-yard loss. Quarterback messes up on a pass play, interception, possibly points on the board for the other team. Like, okay, you could say O-line gives up a sack. The quarterback could possibly fumble, but at the end of the day, it's still on the quarterback. Like, he's the one who fumbled the ball. Like,
no, but this thing. That's a political answer. The real answer, when you go back in the locker room, guess who's gonna get a shot on that? The real shot is gonna be at the offensive line.
Tight end, hard position. Because listen, you talking about all the technicalities.
We haven't talked about tight ends. Get tight ends out of it.
All the technicalities of the O-line, half man aside, inside number aiming point, rip the backhand on inside zone, all this. We have to know all y'all's responsibilities. We have to know where all of y'all are going, how all of y'all are blocking your blocks, and then we have to fit off of that. And then that's just run game. Pass game, we have to do the same stuff y'all have to do. We have to pass set. We have to not lose inside. We have to make sure everything's technically sound on that. And then we have to know all the routes. Okay, not all the routes. Our routes, the slot routes. I challenge myself to know all the routes. We have to know where the back's protecting, where the back's going, like where the back's protecting on a pass play, where the back's going on a run play. We have to know where the quarterback's reading, like first read, second read, third read, last read. So we know, yes.
Dang.
Like, I'm telling you, bro, tight end is.
I just learned.
My mind be going, bro. My mind be racing.
I just know the routes.
That's why I want to see it so easy.
But nah, I mean, there's stuff that goes off of it. I mean, it doesn't come close to what y'all know, but still, I need to know my routes, my teammates' routes, coverages.
Like when y'all be A, B, C, like single dudes. So we have to know all of y'all's stuff, bro. Like,
you know some of your stuff as well.
Not all of it though. Like,
yeah, not all of it, but simple pass protection.
I still think tight end is. I think tight end is.
Where's it?
Finley always says tight end is the second quarterback on the field, bro.
We're just gonna talk in circles.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject.